A lot of us would love to know just what kind of winter we can expect this year. Will it be mild or long and cold? Some think a small visitor that appears in the fall can be a great predictor of the cold season. News 8's Corey Malice has more in today's Hands-on Gardening.
Well, in today's Hands-on Gardening, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to talk about woolly bear caterpillars. Joining me is Steve Hunzinger from the UW Extension Office. And Steve, woolly bear caterpillars, kind of interesting creatures. A lot of folks think they can predict the weather as well.
Yeah, and really it's just more of a folklore or wives' tale about prediction of the weather. What's happening with them is we get two generations of woolly bears. We typically don't see the spring generation because of all the foliage, but we get a second generation that comes around in the fall, and they're really a product of the Isabella tiger moth. So that's what we're seeing the larval stage of.
And what will happen is these guys that come out here in the late summer, early fall, they'll overwinter. And then they'll spin up a cocoon in the spring.
That's right, and then they're going to develop out. So that's how we get those two generations that are going to happen. And really when we see the different sizes of those blacks and browns that we see striping across it, it's really because they're molting or changing in size throughout their instar generations, they're called. And so the older the caterpillar gets, the wider the stripe. So typically that's the function behind them. Although for years has always been used to predict, as you mentioned, weather.
So unfortunately, don't bet on the woolly bear for a winter prediction, but they're fun to watch. They're great things for the kids. They're not poisonous. The spines don't hurt you. You know, they're just fun creatures to watch.
Yeah, and really kind of neat because you can have them out in your environment eating on dandelions and weeds and some of the other things that might be in our yard. So,
alrighty. So hopefully you'll get a chance to see a few of those this fall. That is today's Hands-on Gardening.